Today we're shooting with the Audi e-tron Sportback. So we had like a fun concept and we're like, you know what, we got to put it to life with an electric vehicle. And obviously we went to Audi because they're one of our great clients.
Being a videographer comes with many challenges, many of those popping up spontaneously when you least expect it. From cameras dying, to drones not wanting to take off, to locations not working out, and lighting situation changes due to the sun. You name it. And the greatest skill you can learn as a videographer is adaptability. We've all been shooting videos and photos as well as everything in between for the better part of the decade. And adaptability has been a major part of every single shoot we've been on. Challenges on set shouldn't make your progress grind to a halt. Instead, you should take advantage of the situation, adapt, pivot, and make the best of it, which is exactly what we've done on the latest shoot with Audi. Alright, so how did it all happen? Well, we had a brainstorming session, came up with a great idea that involved a brand new Audi e-tron, one actor, and a warehouse.
I think we're fired, man.
So here's the idea. E-tron parked in a warehouse, there's tons of smoke, and then an actor rolls in a fan, blows all the smoke away, the actor walks out of the set, and then tagline, the Audi e-tron, now with 0 emissions. Very simple, right? Well, not really. All right, so shoot day rolls around. We set up the scene, the actor knows exactly what to do, we fill the room with smoke, and then we start filming. The actor comes in with the fan, turns the fan on, and the smoke doesn't move. And we're like, okay, what do we do? So then thankfully that location had way too many fans for a warehouse to have. I don't know why, but they had like over a dozen fans. So we bring a solid 6 over. They're big industrial fans, like big boys like this. And they still don't blow the smoke away. Like it took a solid like 2.5 minutes. So we're like, hey, that's way too long. We need to add to be like 10 seconds. So it didn't work. So we're like, okay, what do we do now?
I could even like time lapse it, like slowly ramp it up, and you just like sort of like ramps out to the
yeah.
and
So
then
then you
purposely,
yeah.
purposely show that it's ramping.
And then have like now 0 emissions.
All right, so idea number 1 down. We had another idea that we came up with while scouting the location. The idea was to do with a bunch of switches they had at the warehouse.
It's like a code breaking now.
The actor would come in, turn these switches on, and then the lights on the car would turn on, right? We set up the car, we set up the actor, and then Austin pointed out that there's actually a hole in the wall of where we're shooting, and we can put like a light on the other side to shine through to kind of layer the lighting and represent moonlight, which turned out freaking sick. But then we're like, okay, it was like 12 feet up and our stand wasn't tall enough, so we had to roll in one of the fans and then a bunch of random cinder blocks that were laying around this warehouse. Super resourceful warehouse, by the way. We layered those up to kind of get the light high enough to represent a moonlight shining through and create like a beautiful gradient God ray through the smoke. It was absolutely fantastic. Since we had the main idea complete, everything else was gravy in the next 5 hours. So we decided we'll get a little creative. So we had a rough concept in mind for another idea that involved the Knight Rider, because the e-tron is very techy, so we were kind of thinking of referencing the Knight Rider of like our actor talking to the car, and then the car talking back to him, but it's actually the actor talking to himself, and that was kind of the gag. And the shot looked incredible, especially after we lit it and smoked it. It looked even better. We had a couple ideas for lines, and thankfully we had a very skilled actor on set who helped us out with like improvising some funny lines as well.
I'm just getting smoke blown in my face. Told my opinions are horse shit.
Terrible.
They are.
No, I'm just
I know everybody's having a good time, and that's really all that matters.
So we went into the shoot with one idea, but left with 5 concepts shot, ready to edit. Before leaving, we got all the sound effects from the day, and the reason we didn't shoot these sound effects while shooting the video element is because there was a lot of people moving, lots happening, so the sounds wouldn't be crispy clear like we want them. So at the end, we shot all the sound effects back to back from all 5 concepts, and we got things like the footsteps, the actor rolling in the fan, the car moving, the fuse box switches, etc, etc. And the reason we got them on set instead of looking for these sound effects and the post-production process is because the sounds were very particular and very atmospheric. Because we shot in the warehouse, there was lots of echo, so we got them on set, which made them sound very accurate. With all things considered, including the different hiccups that we had, having to ditch one idea, I have to say this was probably one of the smoothest shoots we've had in all of 2020 and everything it brung to us. And the reason being is because by coming to all these shoots and being adaptable, we learned to learn from all these things that happen and welcome them, because it gives us an opportunity to learn and become better and master our craft. And I encourage you all to look forward to these hiccups and these problems that happen, because it gives you an opportunity to learn and become better as well. So hopefully you enjoyed this video and learned the importance of being able to adapt as a videographer, because it sure as hell helps us in our day-to-day. If you did like this video, please be sure to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel, as well as follow us on Instagram @ProlixMedia, and we'll see you next time.